Wheat checks, rice checks, and good hot Ralston present Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corry, Commander-In-Chief of the Space Patrol. In today's transcribed adventure, Buzz and Happy are exploring a deserted city on the planet Saturn. As they enter a room filled with precious gems, a stealthy figure slinks to the door and aims a ray gun at them.
Look out, Commander. He's got a ray gun. He's firing.
Quick, Hap, run down that passage.
Keep going, Happy. He's right behind him. It's dark in here. He won't be able to see us. Commander, it's a dead-end passage. We're trapped.
We'll be back in just a moment with today's Space Patrol story, The Forgotten City. It's the cereal of the future, the real space cereal. The cereal that's different from any other cereal in the universe. The cereal you see on Commander Corry's own breakfast table. Delicious Rice Chex, the cereal with a flavor like no other flavor in all the universe. Delicious Rice Chex, crisp shredded rice, spun in that modern bite-sized design for easy eating. Delicious Rice Chex, a real space cereal. Gang, those bite-sized biscuits have space inside so they can fill up with milk or cream. Try Rice Chex today, the only bite-sized rice cereal in the universe. Rice Chex, the only official Space Patrol rice cereal, Rice Chex. The super cereal that helps to supercharge you. Rice Chex at your grocer's in the brand new red and white checkerboard package with Buzz Corry or Cadet Happy on the outside and the magic space picture on the inside. Rice Chex. Rice Chex. Rice Chex. And now, today's Space Patrol adventure, The Forgotten City. Buzz and Happy are flying low over the Cinder Mountains on the planet Saturn, searching for a trace of a meteorology specialist, believed to have crashed in his atmosphere ship in the rugged region. So far, their spaceophone receiver has failed to pick up a signal from the automatic transmitter carried by the scientist, Byron Stern.
Professor Stern's transmitter must have finally conked out, Commander.
According to Space Patrol Saturn, they're very close to the point from which the signal came. Watch the viewscope, Hap, we may be able to spot the wreckage.
Must have been a pretty rugged crash to knock out that automatic transmitter.
Let's hope Stern's had time to get into a spacesuit. If the ship told his crash, it couldn't survive very long in this part of Saturn.
Well, what was it he was trying to tell Space Patrol just before the emergency transmitter cut out?
Well, there's a lot of interference, Happy, almost like a jamming signal according to Space Control. The operator thought Stearns was telling him about sighting another atmosphere ship making close passes at him.
Stunting? They're on a lab ship?
Well, if we can prove something was responsible for whatever happened to Professor Stearns, some pilot will be grounded permanently.
And if he saw Professor Stearns was in trouble, he probably got away from this area as fast as he could. We may not be able to trail him.
Well, we'll see. If that was the case, the pilot was further negligent in not notifying Space Control if the lab ship was in trouble. We'll just keep searching. The last signal from the professor's emergency transmitter tells us that his ship was grounded.
I hope he didn't end up in one of those narrow ravines.
There's a chance he might have landed on the other side of the mountain range. Go around that peak and circle back.
Commander, am I having hallucinations?
What do you mean?
Well, I was sure we were hundreds of feet from the nearest city, but isn't that an atmosphere still, way up there on that mountain?
Well, it certainly is. It's no hallucination. That's the dome of Rubeck.
Rubeck?
Yes, Rubeck, the forgotten city of Saturn.
Well, what's it doing up there in the Sundar range?
It was built centuries ago by one of Saturn's first space pioneers, a man named Lucian Rubeck, the last remaining privately owned city in the solar system.
It doesn't look very big by modern standards. Still, it's pretty impressive, stuck way up there in the mountain.
It's been deserted for nearly 100 years, Happy. Lucian Rubeck's descendants lived there for several generations, and they gradually drifted away to the larger cities in the planet.
The forgotten city. I'd like to visit it someday.
It's pretty interesting. I understand it may be reopened by the government as a museum and put to some other use. That is, if none of the surviving Rubeck family object.
Well, why should they object? They are using the place.
Technically, it's still their property. The government's legal staff has been trying to locate the Rubeck heirs. Many are still alive.
Control setting, calling Commander Corry aboard 75. Control setting, calling Commander Corry.
Corry here, go ahead.
Commander, Space Patrol ship is located. Professor Stern.
Is he all right?
Oh, yes, sir. He's wearing a spacesuit wandering around the
Vulcan range. That's 100 BU from the Sundar region.
Yes, sir. The automatic transmitter could have been out of adjustment.
I'm glad he's been found. Did he say how he crashed?
He wasn't able to give much information, Commander. We haven't found the wreckage yet.
Where is he now?
Being brought from Saturn City Hospital. Kind of a careless state.
Withdraw all patrols except the squadron in the Vulcan lane. Let's proceed with the search till Stern's ship is found.
Yes, ma'am.
Corry out.
That's rather strange, isn't it, sir?
About Stern showing up in the Vulcan lane?
Yes, sir.
I'm a bit confused about his exact location. The important thing is he's safe.
Yeah. And very lucky, because that would have been to stay at the wrecked ship instead of wandering through the mountains.
We'll give Stern a chance to recover from his ordeal before we question him. In the meantime, are you still curious about the Forgotten City?
Yes, sir.
Then get out of spacesuit. We'll land outside the dome and do a little investigation.
Here's a lock control switch. It doesn't look so ancient. It's Imperium. It's as shiny as installed yesterday. Hope the power's still on. You'll know in a minute. I'll open the switch housing. Let's see. Here's the inside. Oh, here we are. So far, so good. Now let's try the interlock and go in for Lubeck City. When you get inside the dome, the city really looks big. 100 years ago, Lubeck City was one of the most important settlements in Saturn, I think. And now it's completely deserted. Hap, check your atmosphere indicator. Yes. That's funny. According to the indicator, the city's air has been depleted after 100 years. I think they'll open the faceplate for our helmets.
Oh, the air is really full. How do you account for that, Commander?
Well, there are two explanations. The dome is so well constructed that none of the poisonous Saturn air is leaked in, or else the atmosphere washing plant is still in operation.
After 100 years?
You didn't have to live very often. Nothing inside the city shell to use up the air.
Yeah, that's right. Snapping rockets, this is some city. Look at that tower up there.
Lubeck Tower. Lucian Lubeck designed it himself. That is headquarters in the top floor.
And now Lubeck is a ghost city, completely deserted.
Don't you realize how impermanent human beings are? Uh-oh.
What is it, sir? What'd you find?
It's all about all on the side.
Well, probably thrown there by one of the last people to leave Lubeck.
The medicine bottle. Space sickness formula. CH-5.
And whoever threw it there hasn't been troubled with space sickness for 100 years.
That's a sure. This is a new formula. Hasn't been on the market more than 6 months.
What?
Your eyes open, Hank. Evidently, Lubeck City isn't as deserted as we thought.
Come in.
There are visitors in the city.
I know, sir. I've been watching them from the tower room. They're space patrol.
What are they doing here? We've got to get rid of them.
Don't get excited, sir. By their casual attitude, they must think the city's deserted.
But no one ever comes here. They must know something.
If they suspected what we're using the city for, they'd have brought more men with them. Let them snoop around. It isn't likely they'll come up here.
Suppose Grayton comes back while they're here.
I've contacted Bacon by spaceophone. He'll keep away from the city until the space patrolmen leave.
It'll get rid of the flagship pilot.
Yes, turn him loose in the Vulcan Mountains. Pilot's already been picked up.
Suppose he tells them he was shut down near Lubeck.
He's in a very dazed, confused condition. Braken's all right. Space Patrol will assume the pilot was mistaken. Besides, you removed all trace of the wreckage of the ship.
Yes, and I destroyed the automatic transmitter.
Then there's nothing to worry about.
But old Hannah, the space patrolmen in the city...
I know why they're here. The government's getting ready to take over Lubeck.
We have to leave before they find the stolen jewels and space credits we hidden here.
They won't search the city when they find out I'm the great-great-granddaughter of Lucian Lubeck.
What? You are a descendant of Lucian Lubeck.
No, of course not. But I can convince the government I am. I'm having special documents forged in Saturn City right now. I'll be able to convince the most skeptical attorney that I'm really the only living legal heir to Lubeck City.
Oh, I hope so. But I still don't like the idea of those space patrolmen snooping around.
Let them snoop. And don't interfere.
This is some building, Commander.
Yes, nothing. Lubeck spent a fortune on this one building alone.
And the elevator, sir. Shall we go up to the tower? We could get a real good look at the city from there.
Just a minute, Happy. Look at the carvings on this building. I bet anything Lucian Lubeck had this imported from the planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
The looks of it, the door was taken from an ancient Oriental temple.
From a deserted city on Earth to a deserted city on Saturn.
I see, handy. You don't see metal work of this kind anymore, Happy. This girl leaves. Yeah, there's a light on there. Flashed on automatically now. Open the door. Let's have a look. We'll go up to the tower later.
Yes, sir. Oh, this must have been leaking Rubeck's treasure room.
That's amazing. Look at those gold and silver buckets. Those flashing candlesticks.
Oh, look. An ancient cotton electric lamp stand.
I thought Rubeck's descendants had cleaned out everything of value from the city. Apparently it was wrong.
Imagine all this stuff sitting here for hundreds of years and with no lock on the door.
I'm not happy. This object isn't 100 years old.
Oh, it's a model spaceship, studded with jewels.
It's a very recent model, too.
Diamonds and rubies.
Happy, listen. There's a sound at the door.
Uh-oh.
Look out, Commander. There's a man with a ray gun.
Hold your fire. We're space patrolmen.
That's why I am shooting.
Quick, Happy, down this passage.
You aren't going to escape that way.
Keep going, Happy's right behind us. Yes, sir. It's dark in here. He won't be able to see us. Commander, it's a dead-end passage. We're trapped.
That's right. You're trapped. And I'm going to wait right here and pick you off. One at a time.
We'll return to Space Patrol in just a moment. Hi, gang. Captain Dick Tupel speaking from the planet Earth. Doing a man-on-the-street broadcast this morning to see what some of these kids here on Earth think about the 3 official Space Patrol breakfast cereals. Now, here's a sharp-looking lad. Say there, what'd you say the very first time you tried bite-sized wheat checks?
I said, mmm.
And here's another fine-looking chap. Son, what did you say the very first time you tried bite-sized rice checks?
I said,
And here's still another youngster. Tell me, what's your opinion of Instant Ralston, a hot super cereal made of rich whole wheat?
man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man.
Try 'em yourself, gang. You'll say the very same thing.
Mm-hmm. Man, oh, man, oh, man.
Yes, get 'em today, boys and girls. Rice checks, wheat checks, good hot Ralston.
And remember, checks now have a brand new package with Buzz Corry or Cadet Happy on the outside and the magic space picture on the inside.
And now back to Space Patrol and the adventure of the Forgotten City. Buzz and Happy were searching for an atmosphere ship crashed in the Cinder Mountains of Saturn near the deserted city of Rubeck. After learning from Space Control that the missing pilot has been found 100 VUs away, Buzz and Happy decided to visit the deserted city. They entered the atmosphere shell without any trouble, but unknown to the Space Patrolman, Rubeck is being used by a woman named Orlana as a hideout for stolen jewels. While Buzz and Happy were examining a treasure room in the base of a tower, they were fired upon by Orlana's henchman, Shefka. Now Shefka has them cornered in a darkened passage and is waiting to shoot them with his ray gun.
Don't try to sneak up on me. I can hear every move you make. I warned you.
I'll take that ray gun. Have you got him, sir? No, stay down, Happy. He broke loose after him, Hap. Yes, sir. Oh, there he goes through that door. He's locked that door on this door on the spot. It's opening, sir. After him, quickly. He's in the elevator, Commander. Come out of there. Oh, he's going up to the tower. We'll take the stairs. Come on, Happy.
Oh, you fool, you blundering fool.
But they were in the treasure room at the base of the tower.
What if they were? You could have explained everything that's there. I have a difficult time now after your idiotic interference.
I'm sorry, Orlana. I only did what I thought was best.
Captain Space Patrolman. They'd never have known anyone was in the city to evade my orders.
What are we going to do now?
I'll have to face them and make an explanation. They're probably searching the tower now.
If you get me another gun, I could still fight them out.
No. Get the next in contact with you. Tell him to come in with his Space Patrol ships outside the shell and nothing.
I thought that...
You've done all the thinking you're going to do. Now on, just do what I tell you. If I can explain our presence here, I can explain Brayton. If the Space Patrol is skeptical, well, Brayton's a good man to have around.
Yes. Drayton can handle that.
If you keep your mouth shut, we will need Brayton. Now go on, make that Space Patrol clear.
Yes, Orlana.
I'll go out and look down.
This is the top floor of the tower, sir. I'll be careful, Happy. I'll search every room. Where do I get my hands on the capture?
I was hoping I'd find you.
We're looking for someone, too.
Oh, you mean Shefka, my assistant. He told me what happened. I'm terribly sorry.
Where is he? I want to talk to him.
Please step in here. He'll be right out.
Thanks. Come on, Happy. Yes, sir. I'm Commander Corry of the Space Patrol.
And I'm Orlana Rupert.
Rubek. And you're related to the Lucian Rubek who built this city.
Yes, that's right. He was my great-great-grandfather.
I was under the impression that the city was deserted.
Well, I came here a few months ago with a couple of servants. Shefka, the man who fired at you, has been with the family for years.
Does he always treat visitors so cordially?
Oh, really, I'm awfully sorry about that. Shefka has a great sense of loyalty. He thinks his chief duty is to protect me.
So why do you live here in this deserted city?
I'm not surprised if you're curious, but the explanation's very simple. I'm writing a book about my family.
You like to work in solitude, huh?
Yes, it's a great inspiration to work right here in Lubeck City, where so much of Saturn's history is made. And, too, there are many ancient records and family documents right at hand.
I see. I suppose that you can prove that you're a member of the Rubek family.
Oh, naturally. I can refer to some influential people in Saturn City.
Now, would you bring your servant out here, please?
Yes, I'll be only a moment.
Yes, sir? What do you think? I don't know. Just writing a book is as good an explanation for being here as any. Matter of fact, a book about the Rubeks would no doubt be very popular. We'll see.
Commander, look at this plastic folder. It was on the desk.
Oh, that's right.
Looks like an official identification folder.
Okay, this is Byron Stone's ID folder.
Hmm? The lab ship file?
Yeah. It was found in the Vulcan Mountain. The identification folder is here in Lubeck City.
Oh. How could his...
That was nothing happened.
Here he is, Commander. This is Shefka.
Commander Corry, please accept my apology. I was greatly in the wrong. I acted from a mistaken sense of duty.
If you thought we were intruders, there'd be some excuse, but have you forgotten that you seemed to accept the fact that we were space patrolmen at the time?
Well, I acted on impulse, Commander. Again, I'm sorry.
All right, Jeffrey. And Miss Rubek,
Yes, Commander.
I'm just telling Cadet Happy that a book on the Rubek family ought to be very popular.
Oh, I hope so, Commander.
I'd like to look over the first few chapters of your manuscript.
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm really in the note-gathering stage right now. There's really nothing down in manuscript form that anyone could read but myself.
I see. And would you show me around the tower? I imagine you must have a lot of family curios.
Well, is this an official search, Commander?
No, I don't have a warrant, but if you object to an informal tour...
Oh, no, not at all. Shefka and I'll be delighted to show you around.
Judging by a few items Happy and I saw down below, this ought to be very interesting.
Well, I think you've seen just about every room in the tower, Commander.
How about that room over there?
Oh, that's just a closet for a cleaning supplies.
Would you mind opening it?
Well, really, Commander,
Or I could come back with a warrant and squat at the door.
Very well, if you insist. But there's really nothing in there. Unlock it, Shefka.
Anna.
Open it, Shefka.
Well, some real old family heirlooms. Stacks of space credits. I got money in a closet for cleaning supplies.
I suppose it is rather odd. But then here in this deserted city, one place is as good as another.
I'd like to ask you something, Miss Rubek. How do you happen to have an identification holder belonging to a space patrol scientist named Byron Stone?
Byron Stone? What? I don't understand.
Strange was reported in trouble in this area. Then was rescued in the Vulcan Mountain region. I'm waiting for an explanation, Miss Rubek.
Breaking, get them.
Yes, Orlando.
Look out, Commander.
That takes care of the big one. Now for you, my smaller friend.
Take your big mitts off me.
Quit struggling or I'll break your arm.
Ow! I'll help you, Draco.
Get away, Captain. I can handle it.
You got here just in time, Draco.
What are you doing?
They just wandered in. They know about that lab ship pilot. They found his identification folder.
Better take care of him for good.
I don't want any slip-ups this time, Draco.
You'd better let me take care of it. He fumbled the last one.
Don't listen to him, Orlando. I can fix it. Hold still, Cadet.
Ow! Oh, my shoulder.
Better hurt, Phil. Draco, I'm capable of breaking you in two.
Yeah. And Chester, too, if he doesn't keep his mouth shut.
That's enough of that, Draco. I need both of them.
You see, you big Venus buffalo.
Chester, I'll
Stop
break...
that bickering.
Draken's fault we're in this mess. You have the lab ship's pilot folder in your office.
That's enough of that shit. If it hadn't been for your stupid behavior, he would have never known we were here.
Well, what did he do, Orlando?
Doesn't matter. I'll tell them about you.
Hold still, Cadet, or I'll fix you like I did the other time.
The other fellow was Commander Corry. Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol.
Oh. Well, what do you think of that? I have knocked out the great Commander Corry.
That's just fine, Grayson. I've got more work for you to do.
Yes.
You and Schaefer get rid of the commander's ship. Schaefer take the ship far away from here and hide it securely. Grayson will take my ship and bring Schaefer back.
Very well.
First, we've got to dispose of Corry and the cadets. I need space items. First, we've got to be searched by the Space Patrol. There's a room in the sub-basement of the tower. Seal them in there, Grayson. The room behind the stairs.
Yeah.
And make sure you seal the door up completely. I don't want anyone to suspect that we're using the room there.
You leave it to me, Orla.
Chester, I'll have Grayson take these two down to sub-basement.
Yes, all right. Go ahead, Grayson.
What did Shepard do while I was there? You were to bring the Space Patrol in, huh?
Just follow my orders, Grayson. And Chester, just stand me that small group on the face. Both of you report to me.
Commander. We've got to do something quick. In a room in the sub-basement of the tower. Orlando has one of the men sealing us up in here. Then we're going to get rid of our spaceship so nobody will come looking for it. That big bruiser is out there. See, you can bring it through the window.
Anything this unit to use as a weapon?
No, sir, I checked. All there is some old books and filing cases. There's Drake grinning in here at us. He's getting ready to seal over the window. Certainly is. He carried me down there under one arm. What are we going to do, sir?
We're going to get him to open the door for him. Whatever we do, we've got to do it quickly.
Let's see what we can do, sir. The door's locked and practically sealed. And when Drake and Chester get rid of Terra 5, nobody will ever even come down here looking for it.
Where is Chester?
Up on the surface level, I think. Waiting for Drake. I don't think those two like each other. They both seem to go out of their way to make the other look stupid in front of their armor.
They do.
Drake kept asking questions about what went on while he was away. I got the impression he wasn't very smart, but he was awfully inquisitive.
And suspicious, perhaps. Let's see how curious it really is. Let's go to work on those books and filing cabinets, Happy.
Huh?
You take the files after we found something about Drake and point out and pretend we found some information about him.
Get it? As though Orlando had a secret file on her henchman in Uber.
The idea. We can arouse Drake's curiosity. Did you watch this happen?
Sure is. He stops the man at the door and he's gawking in through the window.
Point at the gun. A great joke. It doesn't matter what they say. Point at the files.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, what a dope this Draken is. You know, he's just about dumb enough to tear down that concrete and open the door and find out what we're doing in here.
Get up.
Yeah. Hey, look at that big, dumb face. He's just aching to know what we found in here in the files, Commander. I think he's going to open the door.
That's very interesting.
Here he comes.
Hey, what have you got in there?
Nothing.
Oh, don't try to fool me. I've been watching you through the door. What does it say about me in those files?
Would there be anything about you in here, Draken?
There's something in there. I know it. Some lies Shepard told Alana. That's it. Shepard's up there now laughing at me. He figures he's tricked me into sealing up evidence against myself, right where he can get his hand on him when he needs it.
Draken, there's nothing in these files about you.
Get out of the way. You can't fool me, Corry.
Oh, I guess that's right.
Corry, you can't.
I've got him, Commander.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, right. With me, will you? Now, Corry.
No, now, you Draken. Yes, sir. Hey, Commander, you're not Draken cold.
Yeah. Let's get out of here before he comes to.
Chester, hasn't Draken finished sealing up that room yet?
No, Orlando. But I could have done it in half the time.
Clumsy oaf. We've got to get Corey's ship away from New City right away.
While Draken and I are gone, you might hide the stolen money and jewels just in case the Space Patrol squad comes here.
It's a good idea. We won't take any chances. Go down to sub-basement and see what's taking Draken so long.
Afraid that Draken got a little too curious, Alana.
Corey! Chester, do something!
Come back here, Shifka boy.
Get him, Happy.
Let go of me.
Come on, Shifka. I've got him, Commander.
Take Chester's ray gun. Go down and bring Draken up here.
Yes, sir. Oh, Commander, while I'm down there, shall I bring up some of those files?
What for?
Well, sir, I just thought that Orlana might really decide to write a book about Rubeck, because, well, after all, now she's going to have plenty of time on her hands. Ah!
A preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure follows in just a moment. It's a fire, a 4-alarm blaze on Terra. But, hey, what's the matter with that atomic fire-controlled jet car? Oh, too bad. It's trying to get along on ordinary fuel. That fire control officers filling the tank up with super fuel. Wow! Listen to that fire-controlled jet car go now. It's supercharged, that's what. Supercharged with super fuel. Yes, sir, boys and girls. To really get going, the answer is super fuel. That's why Buzz Corry eats a good breakfast with the super cereals that help to supercharge you. Rice Chex and Wheat Chex. There's a couple of really swell-tasting cereals. And both of them have that modern, bite-sized design for easy eating. So, gang, get a quick start in the morning like Buzz Corry does. Eat a good breakfast with a checkerboard super cereal and get supercharged. Get them today. Rice Chex and Wheat Chex in the grand new packages with Buzz Corry or Cadet Happy on the outside and the magic space picture on the inside. And now, an exciting action preview of next week's Space Patrol adventure. Buzz and Happy are searching for a saboteur in the vat room of a plastics factory on Jupiter. Cautiously, they duck under pipes of hot gas feeding into the vats.
Keep your ray gun ready.
Yes. Ow. Grover was right about these pipes being hot.
Okay. He's not behind this one. Let's try number 2.
Wow. What was that?
The pipes has exploded. Blew a valve, probably.
How can rockets feel that heat?
Happy, come on. We got to get out of here.
My throat, I can't breathe.
It's the gas in the broken pipe. That gas is poison.
Be sure to be with us next Saturday for the exciting story, The Vanishing Lake, when Wheat Chex, Rice Chex, and Good Hot Ralston again bring you Space Patrol! Special bulletin for boys and girls in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and Knoxville, Tennessee. Buzz Corry's own space battle cruiser, the Ralston Rocket, will be in your area next week. Don't miss it. The Ralston Rocket. Space Patrol, an original Mike Moser production starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corry and Glenn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston and directed by Larry Robertson. Other players were Bela Kovach, Ken Mayer, Virginia Hewitt, and Stephen Robertson. Dick Tufeld speaking. Now, don't forget to tune in next Saturday and every Saturday when Wheat Chex, Rice Chex, and Good Hot Ralston again present the new, exciting Space Patrol! Be sure to see another exciting Space Patrol program on your local ABC television station. Consult your local paper for time and channel. Space Patrol comes to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.